welcome everyone in this video. So I am Tamajit Pal, your maths teacher, and in this video we are going to discuss one of the important and a beautiful topic of your syllabus from your syllabus, and that is circle. So let's begin. As you all know that in our geometry we have various kind of shapes. We have open figures, we have closed figures. Now in closed figures we have already learned about line, ray, straight line, square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus, cube, spheres. So these are cones, all these are shapes, different shapes. Now in today's video we are going to discuss about circle. Now we all know that circle, it is a closed figure, so it is categorized under closed figure. It is categorized under closed figure. Now what is now again we have different dimensions. We have one dimensional figures, now in one dimension, extremely sorry, the spelling is wrong. We have one dimensional figures just like line, straight line, these are all one dimensional. That means only length is there. We have two dimensional, it is length and breadth, both are there, like rectangle, square. We have three-dimensional figure. That is sphere, cube, cuboid. All these are three-dimensional figure. Now this circle, it is a two-dimensional figure. Now what is circle? Now we have a very beautiful definition, a bookish definition is there. Let's read out first. A circle is a two-dimensional closed figure or closed shape defined as the set of all points in a plane that are at constant distance from a fixed point, that is the center. Now what is this? That means in this definition it is discussed that in a plane, suppose we have taken a plane. Now in this plane we will take certain sets of points, and all these points are equidistant apart from a fixed point, and that is the center. So from the center all these points are equally distant apart. All these points are equally distant apart. And that fixed point is called center, and the distance of this point from that fixed point, this distance is called radius. As you can see in this figure, we have certain sets of points. Circle is nothing but the sets of points which are equally distant apart from the fixed point, and that is the center. So this one is called center, and we name this center as O. So this one is the center of the circle. This one is called center of the circle. Now this R is actually the radius. That means suppose this is the point, and this point and the center, the distance between the center and to this point, the distance between the center to this point is called radius, and this radius is fixed. For a circle the radius is always same. That means this distance is also equals to radius, this distance is also equals to radius. That means all the radius of same circle will be same, and that is the radius. So radius is the distance from the center to the point on the circle is called radius. Now we have many properties of circle. We need to know about various terminologies. That is, what is diameter, what is radius, what is chord, what is secant, what is arc, what is major arc, what is minor arc. Okay, what is sectors in a circle. Now all these things we have already learned in our previous classes. Now in this class we will deal about we will deal about the circumference of the circle only. We will discuss only about the circumference of a circle, and we will solve various problems on this circumference of the circle. So what is circumference of a circle? First, let us know what is circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle is the length of the circle's boundary. Now in this figure you can see, this is the boundary of the circle. You can see this is the boundary of the circle. This is the boundary of the circle. Now the total length of the boundary of the circle is called circumference. The circumference is the total length of the circle's boundary. And in mathematics, we have a formula of the circumference of the circle, and that formula is 2 pi r. The circumference of the circle is equals to 2 pi r. So what is pi? What is pi? Pi, it is a constant value, and the value is either we will take 3.14 or we will take 22/7. Now we have to know that pi, it is an irrational number. It is an irrational number, but for the sake of simplicity of calculation, we will take a certain value, but pi, it is an irrational number. Okay, the exact value of this pi, it is not known till date. So we will take an approximate value, that is 3.14, or we will take 22/7. And actually the definition of pi, it is actually the ratio of circumference of a circle. It is actually the circumference of the circle, the ratio of circumference with the diameter of the circle. It is the value of pi. Pi is actually the circumference of the circle by the diameter of the circle. Okay, so we will use this formula of the circumference, that is circumference is equals to 2 pi r, where pi, it has a fixed value, that is 3.14, or we will take 22/7, and r is actually the radius of the circle. It is the radius of the circle. It is the radius of the circle. And I think we all know about what is radius, what is diameter. I think we have already done this in our early classes. So since it is a part of mensuration, we have to focus mainly on solving various numerical problems. Now I think we all have get some rough idea about the circle and the circumference of the circle. Now let's move to the main part of this video, that is solution of some numerical problems. Now let us first read out the first problem, that is find the circumference of a circle having diameter 7 centimeter. So here wait a minute. Here it is the diameter is given. The diameter of the circle is given. The diameter of the circle is given, that is 7 centimeter. So we know that radius is actually diameter by 2, that is 7/2 centimeter, that is half of the diameter, that is 3.5 centimeter. This we know. Now what it is asked, it has been asked to find out the circumference of the circle, and we have already learned about the formula of circumference of the circle, that is c equal to 2 pi r. Circumference is equals to 2 pi r. Now 2 pi r. Now radius, we have already find out the radius. So 2 into pi. Pi means, now here we will use the value of pi, that is 22/7. And what is radius? Radius is 7/2. This two will get cancelled out. This 7 and this 7 will get cancelled out. Obviously you have to put the unit, otherwise the marks will be deducted. So circumference, this comes out as 22 centimeter. So circumference is equals to 22 centimeter. So this is the circumference. I think this is a very easy question. If solved, I think everyone, it is clear. Now let's move to the second question. Now here you have to, you need the imagination power. Now what is this? What is the question given here? A rectangular wire of length 4 meter and breadth 2 meter is modified into a circle. So there was a rectangular wire was there, and whose length is given 2 meter and 3 meter, and this wire, it is bent into a circle. Now we have to find out the radius of the circle. Now actually this rectangular wire, it is bent into a circle. That means, can we say the perimeter of the rectangle, that is rectangular wire, is equals to circumference of the circle? Can we say this? Yes, we can say. And this is actually the main concept which is lying in this question. That is, you have to equate the perimeter of the rectangular wire with the circumference of the circle. After this, all the thing will be absolutely clean and clear. So here in this question, we have the length of the rectangle and the breadth of the rectangle. Now we know the perimeter, we know the formula of the perimeter of the rectangle. It is 2 into length plus breadth, and this is equals to 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circle. So 2 and this 2 will get cancelled out. Length is 4 meter and breadth is 2 meter, and this is equals to 22 by 7 into r. That is, r is equals to 7 by 22 into 4 plus 2 is 6, this meter. That means 42 by 22 meter. So radius of the circle is 42 by 22 meter. So this is the answer of this question. So the radius of the circle was asked. So we have calculated the radius of the circle. I think this question also is clear to everyone. Now, so in this video we have already solved these two questions, and we have cleared the concept of circle, the circumference of the circle. Okay, so I think we have some idea about the circle, and we have got the idea that how we need to solve the question from this exercise. Okay, so thank you.